Hello, welcome back for another video. Today's video I'm gonna be trying to recreate that little like sunset eye makeup that I did in my last video. So I'm gonna give you guys like a full run through of how I do my face and what products I use. And yeah, if you like what you see, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for me. And thank you for watching. Quick sidebar, I finally got my ring light. As you can probably tell in my eyes, I have my ring light now, so no more holding my phone because that's ratchet. Also, if you hear a little bit of noise, my AC is on and my mom is in the living room playing music, so if you hear anything, that's probably what. So what I use to prime my face, I do have oily to combination skin. My T-zone gets very oily, so I like to dry that out as much as possible. So what I use to prime is a little unconventional, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people have heard about using this, but I use milk of magnesia. I like to start with my eyes first and then work my way to the face, just because when I do my eyeshadow and everything, sometimes you get fallout and you don't want that to get on your makeup, like your face makeup, because then it's kind of hard to get rid of. So I start with my eyes. That's just my personal preference. You do what makes you feel better. I like to go in with a brow pencil. This is the NYX Professional Makeup Brow Pencil, Micro Brow Pencil, in the color Brunette. So, and if I'm looking down, it's because I have like a little handheld mirror that I'm going to be using. So just brush those out. You want to brush them out in the direction that they grow in. I don't have super thick brows, nor do I have a super high arch either. And I have really little eyes, I guess you would say. So brush that out. And so some people like to use like the dip brow pomades and stuff. I've tried to use that. I brought the NYX one. One, it dried out super fast, so I didn't like that. And two, I'm just not used to drawing my eyes on like that. It was a little bit more difficult for me. I need to practice with that. But I find if you want a more natural brow, and you can also build this up, I would use a brow pencil, because you just have a lot more control. It looks a lot more natural, but you can build it up if you want to build it up. So that's just what I'm gonna do. So you just want to outline your natural eyebrow shape. I start with the bottom. Okay, I actually switched pencils because I felt like the NYX one I was using was a little bit too light for me. So now I'm using the Morphe brow pencil, and this is in the color Java. And just gonna make sure that tail is extra dark. You don't really have to define it because I'm gonna clean it up and it's gonna be defined once I clean it up. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my eyebrows with a little bit of concealer. The concealer that I personally like to use, it's very cheap, affordable, and it works perfect for me. I use the LA Girl Pro Concealer, and I have two of them. This is Toffee, and then I have Fawn. So Toffee is a little bit darker. This one is Toffee. This is Fawn. Toffee is a little bit darker in shade, has like a little bit more of an orangey undertone, and then Fawn is lighter. I have been using Toffee a little bit more because it's the summertime and I got a little bit darker, so I just go with this one. And I just use the actual applicator brush that comes on it. I don't use nothing special. So I'm gonna be looking down for this because I have the mirror. And I do go over my eyebrows just as like my eyelids as just a base, sort of, kind of. So what I do is, as I'm doing this, I'm squeezing a little bit of the product to get out of the brush. You can see it right there, it came out. So I put a little bit on my eyelid. I'm not squeezing anymore. And then I use whatever, like I kind of push the product up towards my eyebrow because I don't want a big glob of concealer right here. And then when I blend it out, it's going to get into the eyebrow and it will ruin your eyebrows. So I'm just gonna go like this and lift your eyebrow. Lift, like, don't go like that. Lift your eyebrow. You get way more coverage and space to really get in them nooks and crannies. So that's a tip. And just take your time with this step because it's very easy to ruin your eyebrows doing this. If you want to use an actual brush, by all means do that. I just find that, one, I don't like cleaning brushes, and two, it's just easier. And then just blend whatever's left over onto my eyelids. Some people would use their skin tone, like their foundation or like a concealer, their skin tone, to do the top, as so that they don't get that halo eyebrow. For some reason, I don't feel like I get a halo eyebrow when I use the same color on the bottom and the top. So I don't know, it's because I blend it out after, if that's why. But I'm just gonna end up using the same color to clean up the top as well. And again, squeeze just a little bit. I squeeze it onto my forehead. I might have squeezed too much, so I'm gonna end up using whatever's left over on here, but because I just don't want a big glob to end up going around there. It's annoying. So I blend whatever I have on my forehead and then work my way down towards the eyebrow. I'm gonna come back down here and clean it up. I kind of want my eyebrow to stop where the tip of my eye, like as if I was doing a wing. I try to get the tail to stop right there. And then just come back and blend whatever I have left over on this brush. I'll just put right here. And then we're gonna do the same thing on the other brow. This is my handy dandy blending brush. It's a Real Technique brush. Do whatever you like. I personally would not go in with a beauty blender because I just wouldn't. Okay, so next I'm gonna actually start on my eyeshadow. Yeah, so now I'm gonna actually start on my eyeshadow. The palette that I will be using today will be the James Charles palette by Morphe. I had the mini palette. If you have the regular large palette, it doesn't matter. The colors are all the same. They're all in the same placement. So it's just a smaller version, that's all. Okay, so first color that I'm gonna go in with is Love That. And if you have this palette, it's this shade right here at the end. It's like that purple color. And I'm going in with like an angled, kind of fluffy, semi-fluffy brush. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus this more so on my crease. I'm going to pat it into my crease. I do have hooded eyes, so I kind of go above my crease so you can actually see it. But what else? I'm going to be looking down because, you know, and pat it, got it. And a little bit goes a long way with this palette, which is why I really, really like this. So just like that. So I pat it into my crease. Some people like to work on one eye at a time. I like to do both eyes at a time because it just saves you so much time. So you'll do the same thing on this eye. All right, so look up so I can see exactly where I'm gonna put that. Okay. This one is a little bit higher, but I'm gonna blend that out anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so we patted that into my crease. Now we're gonna blend. I'm gonna use this one right here that's next to this orange shade. Which one is it? Wait, I'm gonna use this one right here, right next to this orange. And just a little bit. And I'm gonna just blend that right at the top. Just to soften that purple at the top. And I use a very fluffy brush. Just a tiny bit more towards here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye. Alright. See how that kind of softened out that purple, so we didn't have that nasty harsh purple line. So we have our purple, and that brown kind of made it like an orangey color, which I think I actually really like that. I don't know why, but I really like that. Now I'm gonna take the same brush that I used with that purple and just add a little bit more in the crease, because when we blended we kind of lost that crease color. I'm taking that same purple and I'm just going to just a little bit, just to get that color back right above my crease, because like I said, I have hooded eyes, so I go a little bit higher. And same thing on the other side. So you see we brought that color. Don't worry about this area, because I'm gonna cover that with something else, but you see we brought that color back. There we go. So next what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this deep purple shade right here. Where is it? Right here. Right where this glittery purple is, right below that. I'm gonna use that shade right there to deepen the crease, my little to deepen this little V area. And I kind of bring it up also, drag it up. That's just what I like to do. So just to deepen that outer corner. And drag it up. And I personally like this brush because it is like more of a pointed tip to really get in that crease and drag it. Okay. I just like to use the side just to kind of blend out that harsh line. I'm going to clean that up with foundation anyway, so you're not going to see that, but this is just what I like to do. Okay. Looks a little messy right here, but that's going to get cleaned up. Okay, so you see how we're looking right now? We're looking good. We're looking cute. I'm gonna blend out a little bit at the top again, because I don't really like this harsh line right here that I'm seeing. So taking the same fluffy brush, this is a BH Cosmetics brush. I don't know if I said that before, but it just looks like that. And using that same brown just a little bit, not too much, just to blend it out. Get rid of that harsh line. I'm not even doing a lot. Don't see a little harsh line. Okay, so this is going to be a cut crease type of look. So this is going to be a cut crease look. So what I like to do to cut my crease, I like to clean up whatever eyeshadow I have in the middle area of my eyelids, and I just use a makeup remover wipe. The reason I do this is because when I put my white base on top of my eyelid, I don't want it to mix with the purple and become purple. I don't want a purple base, I want a white base, so the colors can really pop. So yeah, I'm supposed to be chit-chatting while I do this, right? So some of you may or may not know that I am adopted. I don't know why I'm telling y'all about this story now, but it just came to my mind. But I am adopted. With that being said, my aunt actually adopted me, so it's not like complete strangers adopted me. My aunt adopted me, so I kind of grew up with my family and everything. So yeah, hold on one second. So you want to be as gentle as possible with this step. I have nails, so that kind of helps me get up in there. If you don't have nails, you have to figure it out. And just take your time and just clean off as much as you can of your eyelid. Hold on. It does not have to be perfect. It's fine, just as long as you clean up as much of that negative space as you can. Okay. And I'm not the best at cut creases. I'm still practicing my cut crease game, so bear with me if I'm doing something that's not correct or whatever. Everyone has their own way of doing things. So the two products that I'm going to be using to do my cut crease, I'm going to be using this. I have a lot of NYX products. This NYX brush, and it's honestly just like a flat brush. So it really, and it's rounded at the end, so it really helps me to get into like making that shape that I want. Then I'm also going to be using my NYX white base. What is it? It's just a white, literally just a white base, eyeshadow base by NYX as well. Oh, if you see my little pillow back here, go support, if you are into games and gaming and gamers, go support my sis, Kills on Duty. She's really, really dope, interesting, funny. Like, Spooky Saturdays are my favorite, and I'm not even really into video games like that, but her Spooky Saturdays are dope as hell. And no, this is not sponsored. She didn't make me say this. She doesn't even know I'm saying this. So I got some of that white base, not too much, because you don't want it thick on your eye. Like, that's the worst, when it's thick and it's still wet. And when you try to put makeup or over it, when you try to put makeup over it, it kind of blends right in with it becomes muddy and disgusting. So just a little bit on your brush, and you really want to take your time with this step. Let me see if I can come forward. Okay. And I just start with the middle and pat along the edges. I use the other side. Okay, now I'm going to start to try to carve out my cut crease. Like I said, I'm not a professional at doing cut crease. I've just been practicing. And I'm trying to work on my craft. So sorry if I do something wrong, but so I put a little bit on my eyelid, then I actually open my eye and look up just a little bit. Because I have hooded eyes, You see how it made that where it needs to go for me? It made that outline for me when I looked up. So now I'm just going to follow whatever line that it made. So I didn't take off all the purple, so you can see how now my white base is turning purple, which is what I didn't want, but I mean, it is what it is. And take your time to really get as much right in them crevices. It's okay if this side doesn't come out purple, because come out perfect. It's okay if this side doesn't come out perfect, because we're gonna blend that out with that darker purple, so it's fine. We're gonna end up cleaning that up anyway, so. Just take your time. Okay, I'm just about where I'm gonna stop. Okay. I know it's not perfect, but you know, it works for me. Now I'm gonna do the same exact step on my other eye. Okay, so back to my James Charles palette. I'm gonna be using this yellow shade right here. It's super bright. I love it. It's pigmented. And I'm also gonna be using a flat brush. I already have like product from when I did this look the other day. So no, I did not clean my brushes. I know that's nasty. I'm gonna clean them today when I'm done, but I figured I'm gonna be using the same brushes to do this look anyway, so it is what it is. So I'm just using this flat brush, also a BH Cosmetics brush. And this palette does have some fallout, so I'm glad. That's why I do my eyes first, because yeah. So you're gonna focus this yellow more into the inner corners of your eye. And I like to just pat. Doesn't have to be perfect. See that fallout already? And just pat, pat, pat. It's very pigmented though. And the fact that we put the white base makes it easy. Just really get into them corners. And I try to bring it up a little bit. Even though we're gonna blend, we're gonna put another color right by this yellow, so yeah. And just pat, pat, pat. Try to make sure that they're like even as far as like the product placement. So now I'm gonna take this brush right here. It's pretty dense, I guess, but it works perfect for what I'm gonna do. So now that we have our yellow, because we're doing like a sunset type of vibe, so now we're gonna go in with like that orangey red color. So I'm actually gonna mix two shades together for this. So I'm gonna use this orange, and I'm gonna mix a little bit with this red. So I'm gonna mix these two together. It's like an orange and like an orangey red to make like a fire type of color, and I'm gonna put that right beside this yellow. So now I'm gonna be using a red, just a little bit of red, nothing too crazy. And I'm gonna be using this color that was right under that orange we used. I'm using this one right here. It's more of like a ready orange, not super red, but you get my point. And I'm using this little, it's like a flat, very dense brush, only because I'm putting a little bit on. So I'm just gonna put that right next to where I put that orangish shade. So we still have like this little white showing, so this is where I'm gonna deepen the corner with that dark purple we used before. And this is what we have. It's very tropical. It reminds me of like, I don't know, like I want to take flamingo classes. Like it's like a, ooh, you see, let me get it up close. Ooh, see how that So for foundation, I use the Lancome. So I'm going to conceal my face with the toffee color. Same thing I use around my eyebrows. So to contour, I'm going to be using the Black Radiance foundation stick. I'm going to hold my eye and just Boss. I think I'm going to use the Lashes Boss today. And this is by Shania Slays. I'll try to link her company down below. She sells amazing lashes, and now she's getting into units, like wig units. So check her out. Very affordable, 100% mink. Dope, super dope. And this is the look. Let me turn down the exposure a little bit, the light, so you can really see what it looks like in like a warm lighting. Get up close so you guys can see. I just did a new lip, but yeah. But yeah, guys, that is the look. I put my hair down so you guys can really get a vibe off of what I did. But yes, if you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. Okay. Again, I am sort of a beginner. I've only been doing makeup for a few years, and this is my first time dabbling in color, but this is what we got, guys. Ooh, don't look at that, but thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Bye.